So now you are good with the understanding of the RPG, like RPG fixed format, RPG free format. So when we are discussing about the database concept, and we also discussed about the data types as well. So what is the main purpose of the data types? So what type of data you wanted to store it in the specific variable or specific field? Okay, so that is the required in the IBM system. Okay, so every variable in RPG, you can see it here. So every variable in RPG has a data type. It tells the compiler exactly how to store, display, and calculate with it. Okay, RPG is strongly typed. You cannot mix type without explicit conversion. What is explicit conversion? So that we will discuss it later. To give a simple example, so I have a phone number, it is declared as a yes. So S means it is only allow the numeric, right? So you cannot allow the character. Okay, so but where have a one of the variable having the phone number only, but it is in the character format, like it is in the character means it is in the quotations. But I wanted to store that data into this mobile number field. You cannot directly assign it because RPG is a strongly type based. If the types are matches, then you can easily assign. If types are not matching, then you have to explicitly convert that first. Okay, so there was we have a operation code and built-in functions. So by using that, you can convert the one data type to another data type. But so you whenever you are declaring any variable in or field in the RPG or in a database in a IBM application, you should explicitly mention the type and length. The type is tell the compiler to so what kind of data it is storing, how exactly it is storing. Okay, so that is the thing. So there is a one line definition. A data type in RPG defines the what kind of data and variable can hold. Okay, so these are the RPG data types. You can see RPG data types. The character is called as a and numeric you can use as a p. So this is a character a, and numeric is the p, s, b for binary, I for integer, I guess, u for assigned, f for floating. Okay, so for date you can use date is a one data type, time and time stuff we can use a dt something. Okay, indicators also we can use that en, and pointers also we can use that is things. Okay, so but here you can see that. So the character data type will go with the each and every character, how we can declare it in RPG, and how we can assign the data to that specific data type. Okay, so here you can see the character data type. It store the text data. If you have a character data type, store the text data, names, codes, address, and alphanumeric content. Okay, so as you can see, it is a code is the a, and maximum length is 32,767 character, as the storage is 1 byte for the one character. If you are if you are storing the any information in this character, so 1 byte is the one character. So DDS equivalent is this a only. So if you can see the declarations in the free format, how you can declare it. So char 30 means it is a character, char 2 is the it is a character, char 1. So you have explicitly used a char. In the fixed format, we can use a. Okay, so in the data type is a means alphanumeric. So here you can see, right, for customer name in the fixed format 30a means it is a it is a character only. It will store the character data and also numeric data. So as you can see, how we can assign the value, you have to assign it in the within the quotation. Okay, so if your data type is, if it is the variable is a character, and you should assign it in the quotations. Okay, you can see this is the assignment, the quotations we are assigning. Okay, so if you also wanted to do the condition check with against to the character value, you should always use the quotations. For example, here we are checking with the against the character variable, right? So you should always mention the quotations. So this is a character. Next is a numeric type. You can see, right, numeric type. This is a numeric type. So the numeric type is the either you can use a packed. It is important. It is the most widely used numeric type in the IBM. Why? Because it is most widely used because it stores the 2 digit per byte. Okay, if you use a joined 1 digit per byte, there is only one difference that is related to memory allocation. So for example, here you can see I have a balance field. So I use a 15:2 in a sense. There is a 15 length. Out of 15 length, there is a 2 decimal places. Okay, 2 decimal positions. It means 10.00 something like that. Okay, the 15 digits and 2 decimal positions. It is a 5 digits, and out of that is a four decimal positions, and is a packed means 6 digits and no decimal positions. If you mention the zero, it is a no decimal positions. In the fixed format, how you can mention it? 15p2, p4, and 6p0. Assignment will be the like this. You should mention the dot because you have a 2 decimal positions. You should explicitly mention the dot, and after that 2 decimal positions are required. Okay, so this is a joined 1 digit per byte. Here also you can store the numeric information. Here also you can maintain that decimal positions and everything. What is only the difference is the memory allocation. If you use a pack 2 digit in a 1 byte, if it is a joined 1 digit equal to 1 byte. Okay, so here explicitly mentioned joined. If you wanted to use a packed. So if you wanted to declare it in the fixed format, 7 is 0. For pack 15p, p is the data type, and here is the s is the data type. So packed versus joined, 15p2 uses the 8 bytes in the packed, and 15s to use the 15 bytes. Okay, so only memory allocation. For integer, it is a binary. So integer, it is this one. So in the fixed format to 5 I0, and in the free format you can use the int0, the whole number stored in the library in the fastest for the counter, loop variables, and array index, because these counters, loop variable, array indexes will not have the any decimal positions, right? It's required the only single numeric value. In that case, it is preferable to use the integer. You can use the free format int and fixed format I. So unassigned integer, so like integer but no negative values. Integer can also the negative values, no assigned, no negative values. So UNS you can use. Okay, this is a float. Float is a scientific calculation rarely used in the banking. So banking sector they use so double precisions and single precisions. So for rate it is a floating. So never use float for the money or balance field, and floating points are arithmetic introduce rounding the surrounding errors. So use packetizable for the financial calculation. It is always best practice to use the packed data type for the account balance or interest. So those kind of balance related fields. Okay, so here you can see packed, joined, integer, unassigned, and float. So these are the codes you can use in fixed format. In the free format you can use, and this is a financial amount is a packed, joined is a legacy and external data, some integer counters and loop variables. So record counts is unassigned and scientific only. So there is, I never use this F, but if there is any scientific reason that we should use, you can use the float. So this is a date. Date is basically use the store the date. Okay, store that it can be current system date. You can define it as a variable as a d, and there you can store the current system date or different kind of the date format. You can store it. So it is a date format is ISO is international, and USA is a USA format. European is a euro, and this is a star is or Indian standard. So okay, and this is a year, month, day is a star YMD and Julian. Okay, so these are the date formats. How we can declare it in the free format? You can mention the date, and in the fixed format you have to use the d for this. And for time also you can use it time to store the time value. Okay, timestamp is z in the free format, free fixed format. In the free format you can use the timestamp. Okay, so indicator, so you can also use the indicator, and this is a IND is a data type you can use. So in a fixed format n is a data type. In the free format you have to use a IND. So it will be the, if you use IND, then it is an indicator. In assignment either you can use the star on or star off for that indicator. Okay, so these are the all variable declarations. You can see it is a packed, it is a character packed date. So this is how you can mention the date format in the fixed format. It is a time is in the fixed format, is a timestamp in the fixed format. So this is an indicator in the fixed format, and this is a count integer in the fixed format. What is this ing means? Here itself you can just assigning the initial value as a 0, and these are the free format declarations same. So packed char, and you can use a date and timestamp indicator int. Okay, so there is also in the d spec you can use the named constant. I don't want to mention any length and data type. Instead of that I wanted to use a direct value. Okay, direct value means this is my exact value I wanted to use it. For example, account is active, so a is a fixed value. Okay, this is how the constant in the fixed format you can directly mention the DCL-C and give the value. It is not required any length and data type. Whatever the original value, the direct value, you can mention it here. In the fixed format you have to explicitly mention the c. Okay, so that c in a sense it is a constant. Okay, so that is the one thing you should use. So these are the some interview questions. So what is the important numeric data type in the financial P? Packed, and difference between the packed and joined. Packed is a 2 bytes per byte, and joined file is a one digit per byte. So why should I never use a float money evaluation? Floating is arithmetic, introduces rounding the errors. So 0.1 plus 0. In the float can give you a 0.3. So like this. Okay. So it's give the very precise value. Okay. So always use a packed decimal. So next, what is INZ keyword? You just initialize the values while declaring the field itself. So difference between the date, time, timestamp, difference between the DCL and DCL-DS. DCL-DS is used for the data structure. DCL is for the declaring the variables. So what is the IND?